Isak has got his dream move. Liverpool, title's done. Title, khalas. I don't care what anybody says. The title is over.
They got Ekatike, they got Florian Wirtz, and they got Isak in the same summer. They're going to get Gay for a little bit more than they sold Kwanzaa for. Kirkes and Frimpong coming in. Leone, the young centre-back, coming in. That is a 10 out of 10 window for Liverpool. You look at the sales of Nunez and Diaz. I don't think I've seen a better window in world football than this window from Liverpool. 125 million apparently, with some, I don't know what the extra 5 million's for. Considering Newcastle wanted 150 as well, I think that's a good price for Liverpool, and I think he's worth every penny.
It's midnight. You can't drop a British transfer record at midnight. I'm off to bed. I'm tucked in. I'm warm. I'm all cozy. Ready for the big day tomorrow, the deadline day. All the bombers could drop. All of the headline acts could drop. And you got me out here rising at midnight on a Sunday, a day of rest, by the way. Incredibly disrespectful for this Isak transfer breaking news. It's selfish. It's selfish now. And this is partly the reason why I want this transfer window to end. It's just pure selfishness. There's no care or consideration for others around you. It's just pure lashing out now. Recklessness, I'll call this. This is what it is tonight.
This is enormous. I cannot believe that this is actually happening. One of the biggest transfers in Premier League history is actually going to happen. This is a British transfer record. Liverpool are breaking their transfer record twice in the same summer. They are doing their best to secure dynasty. They are doing their best to secure legacy. They are doing their best to make history. And they have backed Arne Slot. Arne Slot deserves a backing. You look at what he did when he came into Liverpool. You look at what he did building on that Klopp era. You look at what he did winning the league in his first season. Marrying up his version and vision of Dutch control. A slower tempo, but marrying it up with Jurgen Klopp's approach, which was all rock and roll. And I cannot believe that this has actually happened now. This is up there with Robin van Persie leaving Arsenal to go and sign for Manchester United and take the league to Manchester United that year. He won the league for Manchester United. That is the significance of that signing. This is up there with Ashley Cole from Arsenal to Chelsea. This is up there with Fernando Torres from Liverpool to Chelsea. This is enormous. This is a moment. Sometimes in football, you just have to take a moment, sit back and acknowledge that you are witnessing history. Alexander Isak, one of the most talented and prodigious talents in world football, has just joined the champions.
Liverpool getting this deal done for £130 million. I know it's crazy in the context of money in life, but actually, at 25 years old, joining Liverpool could be the next superstar at that football club for the next 10 years. We're talking potentially Salah's replacement as well. £130 million is a lot closer to Liverpool's valuation, I'd argue, than Newcastle United. So you have to say the deal already at that kind of valuation. I know it's crazy money, but it leans towards being favourable to Liverpool. It's actually not a bad deal. You're looking at defensive midfielders. You're looking at Declan Rice, who I think has been fantastic, by the way. Caicedo. Baleba was linked to Manchester United for £120 million. £130 million for a striker that, if he stays fit, and that's a big question mark, and with a big squad, he's going to have a little bit more rotation anyway. If he stays fit for 90% of Liverpool's games for the next 10 years, we're looking at a guy that could score 200 goals for Liverpool. He's that good. Let's be completely real. He's on the precipice of being the best striker in world football. He's probably just outside Haaland and Mbappe level, but he's on the precipice of being that next level candidate to be the best in the world, particularly with Harry Kane and Lewandowski's age as well. Liverpool are signing someone at that kind of price is outrageous value in today's market.
But he is one of the most complete strikers in football. He is an elite level striker, and Liverpool have done it. They've signed Isak. They're probably going to get Gay in. It sucks as a Manchester United fan. I want number 21. I want number 21 before Liverpool. I feel like the one thing we have left is having the most Premier League titles. It's now the joint most. City have equalled the treble and the 3-peat, and they've done better with the 4-peat. Liverpool are they're going to get 21. They're going to get 21. They're going to win the league. I could just feel it. Unless a big injury happens to like a Gravenberch or a Van Dijk, I think it's inevitable. The quality that they have.
Isak can thank the heavens. Thank the heavens that he's leaving Newcastle unscathed. Because, boy, if this transfer didn't go through, if he did not get that agreement by 7 p.m. on Monday, which is today, I don't know how he would have walked back into St. James's Park. I don't know how he would have walked back into that team. Of course, goals and great performances can fix anything. But the way that this is all transpired, the statements, the back and forth between fan bases, clubs, animosity that we all saw in that game when they played last Monday at St. James's Park in the 3-2 Liverpool win. This needed to happen. I don't know if it needed to happen for Arsenal and for Chelsea and for Manchester City, who lost at Brighton, for teams that are meant to be contending for this title, because now Liverpool have got striker depth. Liverpool have got someone that can rival Ekitike, replace him. Obviously, you're expecting Isak to start week in, week out. The expectations will be insane, enormous. Minimum 20 league goals. I'm more thinking 25 now, you know. But this is a big player. It's a big signing.
The only mistake Newcastle have made here is allowing it to get to this point. Allowing it to get to this stage that they're going to let him go without having two strikers come in. If they'd have sold him for even 110, 120, 8-9 weeks ago, they would have probably had two replacements in. And in the end, they've had the opening 3 games of the Premier League season with no striker. With no striker, which has led to a situation where they have barely scored goals in their opening 3 games. They have just 2 points in their opening 3 games. And they should be in such a much stronger position. In fact, I actually think performance-wise, they've probably been good enough to win their opening 3 games. Give them a striker or two, they may have got that done. But instead of the Newcastle media caring about the fans, instead of the Newcastle media putting the fans first, what they've done is they've lied to the fans. The fans have had a summer online, angry at Liverpool, angry at Isak, sending out abuse in the wrong directions, where their anger and their criticism should have gone is towards their own football club. But their media has been taking brown envelopes and has been lying to them. But look, from a Liverpool point of view and perspective, this is absolutely massive.
You see some things in life here. You keep brushing them under the carpet. You keep not dealing with the issue. I knew Isak was coming, but in the back of my head, I was saying, yo, there's a one chance. There's a glimmer of hope that he doesn't join Liverpool for whatever it is. The fax machine. I don't know. Newcastle are just adamant. But Liverpool had played an absolute blinder. They've been in control from the off. Isak has got his dream move. Liverpool, title's done. Title, khalas. I don't care what anybody says. The title is over. Man City don't know if they're going to do anything. F them anyway. Arsenal. Fucking Arsenal. Look at Arteta. Look at Arteta, bro. Without Isak, isn't brave enough to go to Anfield and win. Chelsea is just... Brother, I just think they're a cup team. I don't know if they can do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Chelsea really can win a title. Who else is there, bro? They're going back to back, aren't they? They're going back to back, man. They're going back to back, aren't they? Oh, gosh, man.